exactly where all I went. So thanks everybody. It's really, really awesome to be here with all of you. And so as Melody said, I really do believe in kind of exploring the influences of our past. And I really believe that the stories we tell one another are transformative. And that by sharing our stories, we actually release the power that they hold on us. And so this first activity that we're going to do at our tables while we have dinner is doing a really short exploration of an influence from your past. So I'd like to share one of mine with you. I have many that have brought me here today, but this one is about my mother. And it starts before I was born. My parents married young, and my mother got pregnant and had a child who died shortly after childbirth, a boy. And it was something that was never spoken about in my family. And so when I came along, there was no joy, there was no celebration. She was terrified, I'm sure, that she would lose me. But she didn't. But we've never made that connection between mother and child. And my father made up for that. My father became my caregiver as a child. To the point that when they divorced when I was 12, he became my primary caregiver, and I lived with him for many years after that. And so over these past 40 years, since the age of 12, I kept thinking, if I could just get back to this relationship, if I could just get back to what my mother and I had. And I realized a couple of years ago that there was nothing to actually get back to. That I really needed to look at it as from this point forward. And so I forgave her. And she lives in Miami. And so I flew to Miami. And I looked her in the eye and said, Mom, I forgive you. And I didn't have to say anything else. She was completely quiet and still. And my mother is a very talkative person, kind of headline news is what I call that ticker tape. It's like constant. Good things, bad things, funny things, sad things, it all kind of comes. Dead silence for 5 minutes. So I stood up and said, I'm going to go for a walk. And she jumped up and said, you know, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. And I said, I know that. But that's okay. Let's just let it be. And that was a pivotal point in our relationship with one another. To the point that 2 years later, standing here in front of all of you, I was been in desperate need of an accountant, and she's a retired accountant, and so she's now my accountant. I've opened up all of my finances, all of my business, all of my calendar. She knows every detail of my life now. And when she was putting together the stuff for my 2013 taxes, she sent me an email with all these things that she wanted me to respond to. And she said, my daughter, you're a puzzle, but I'm figuring you out. And I thought, yeah, you know, we're a puzzle to each other, but we are figuring it out. So as you start to kind of move into your conversations around your table, think about that influence that's brought you here today. And what's that story that you want to share with one another that's going to release that power that it may hold over you. Thank you.